Well, hello, Facebook and YouTube and all my friends out there that have been asking for a follow-up video. My name is Brock Bruce, and for everyone that is just now tuning in, this is I think, fourth or fifth video of my vertical sleeve gastrectomy journey. My weight loss journey, and currently right now I'm about 90 days out since having my surgery. I actually had my vertical sleeve done on December 16th, 2013, and today is March 17th, 2014, so right at 90 days since having the surgery done. For everyone out there that hasn't been following my videos, or maybe just now tuning in, my high prior to having surgery was 288 pounds, and I had been diagnosed with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, which I'd been on cholesterol medicine for a number of years, and also was recently also put on metformin, which is a medicine that they give patients with type 2 diabetes, or even as a precursor to type 2 diabetes. One thing I can say is that since my surgery back in December, my doctor took me off all of my medication on the day of surgery, or the week prior to surgery, depending on which medication we're talking about. And since then, I have not taken a single medication at all. No blood pressure medication, no cholesterol medication, no metformin or diabetes medication. Hey, things are going great. There was some conflicting information about what my weight was before the surgery. I know in prior videos I had always referenced the weight that the hospital said that I was prior to the surgery, but my doctor actually is going with the weight that I was 2 to 3 days prior to the surgery, before actually having the surgery. I went in for my final checkup before the hospital visit, which was 276 at that time. So that makes it, as of today, I was at 217. So that actually puts me down 59 pounds since my actual surgery. Right at, I think that's, 72 pounds, I believe, since my high back in September of 2013. As most of you guys have seen in prior videos, I had reached my highest and had just come to a point where it was time for me to do something. And I just had an epiphany that in the month of late October, 1st of November, where I just woke up one morning and said, I've got to do something about my weight. So that's the reason why I've gone through and I'm going through what I'm going through now. Currently, right now, as I had mentioned before, we are, things are going well. My diet has been changed quite drastically. I think probably the biggest thing that has made a difference in my life is my ability to control my portions. Now that I'm really on a regular diet now, the biggest thing that probably makes the biggest difference is that I've actually changed the way that I approach my eating habits. I'm not eating any refined flour whatsoever, any refined flour products at all. Nothing that would have any type of a white flour in it. Anything that I do eat that may be a bread product will be 100% whole wheat. I also make sure that anything that I do take in is not refined or processed. Typically, I very rarely will have a bread product at all anyway, just because when I do have a bread product, even if it's a whole wheat product, when I do eat it, after I eat a few bites, it gets down into my stomach and just starts to swell up. So it actually kind of hurts a little bit So I'm very, it's just kind of forced me to make changes to my eating habits. I eat no fried foods. I drink no sodas whatsoever, even diet sodas. I do not drink diet sodas at all. And really, probably about the only thing that I do really drink, for the most part, is water. Water is kind of it's the mainstay of my liquid intake. Currently drinking between 64, 65 ounces to 100 ounces of water a day. I always try to drink 16 ounces of water 10 to 15 minutes prior to a meal. Just kind of the habit I've gotten into. My doctor says I can actually drink right up to my meal, but I do not drink anything at all with my meals whatsoever. The other thing that I do as well is I usually typically will have a small glass about that big, 8 ounces of goat's milk a day. My doctor has convinced me that to do away with all cow milk in my diet and to go with goat's milk. And he says the biggest reason why is because goat's milk has virtually no hormones in it whatsoever. So he said even though it does have the original fat content in it that vitamin D milk does, it's more of a whole type milk without any kind of issues in it that would create problems for me. And quite frankly, I've come to really like goat's milk quite a bit. So, but when I do drink it, literally, I have no more than a small glass about that big once a day. And it's done really well for me. I really have come to like it. Let's see. As far as my diet is concerned, I'm also eating all of my food now when I do sit down for a meal, and I always sit down for a meal. I typically will sit down for a meal 3 times a day, and I will use, the only thing I eat off of is actual appetizer plates about that big, okay, as opposed to the big dinner plates. We've done away with using those. Everyone in my family has actually gone to using appetizer plates. And you know, typically what our meals will consist of, if we're talking about breakfast, I'll have 1 egg made into an omelet, or maybe a fried or a poached egg. Not fried, but typically when if I do fried, it's in a skillet with Pam or something like that that has no cholesterol or no fats in it whatsoever. But I'll have 1 egg and then maybe a piece of Canadian bacon or Canadian turkey bacon. Or I might have some oatmeal in the morning. My lunches typically consist of a piece of cheese and maybe 2 pieces of sliced turkey or sliced ham. And then for dinner, I typically will have some type of protein, like a meat, whether it's a broiled sirloin, or if it is maybe a piece of salmon or fish of some type. And typically when I have my proteins, I'll eat that first. And when I do eat, I only eat about the size, about the half of my palm, about that much. And quite frankly, that really fills me up. I'm never hungry. But after I eat the protein, I always eat some type of greens, whether it be some type of vegetables, green vegetables for the most part. I will eat some carrots. I really kind of try to stay away from carrots, but I like them. So I do eat those every now and then. But the biggest thing is I really try to keep my calorie intake down to roughly 250 calories per meal. But I'm not really counting calories. I'm more counting portions now. It just so happens that I record everything that I eat and I kind of know what my calorie intake is. But the main thing is just keeping up with my portions. Also too, I'll typically have 2 supplements during the day. I'll have a protein shake, usually a ready to drink, or what's known as an RTD muscle milk shake that typically has 25 to 30 grams of protein in it. And then in the afternoon, I will typically have some type of another protein supplement, whether it be another RTD, or if I'm doing a workout that day, I will also have Isopure Isolate, which is a clear carb-free drink almost like fruit punch that has less than 140 calories in it, but it also packs 42 grams of protein in it. So, but typically my protein intake is going to be anywhere between 80 to 100 grams of protein a day. And that's really what I need to maintain my muscle mass for as tall as I am, which I am 6'2", and that just tends to help me keep my muscle mass as much as possible, and to encourage the weight loss to continue until I reach my goal. Let's see, some of the other things that I'm currently experiencing, as I had mentioned before, I'm completely off of all my meds. Just to kind of give you an idea, before I actually had the surgery, I was pretty regularly on the high end of blood pressure if I was not taking my medicine. I mean, if I was taking my medicine. If I wasn't taking my medicine, it was pretty common for me to have, you know, a 145, 150 over 100 or a 95, which is extremely high. And now, haven't taken a single blood pressure medication pill in 3 months, and I take my blood pressure twice a day. And to just kind of give you an idea of where I am in regards to that, my logs are actually showing that, well, let's see here. For the last 3 months, which is since right at surgery day, my averages have been 116 over 69 with a resting heart rate of 59. And as you probably, for you guys that know about high blood pressure, I mean that's below normal. That's a blood pressure of a teenage kid, and 120 over 80 is considered normal, anywhere between 120 over 80 and 129 over 89. So to be averaging for the last 90 days at 116 over 69 with a 59 pulse rate is phenomenal, and I'm very happy with that. My cholesterol, which I had all my meds done a couple weeks ago, actually was at 164, tremendously low for me. I'd done everything in the world I could just to get my combined cholesterol numbers below 200 for years, and because of my diet and my reduced calorie intake and the things that I've been doing to work out, which, you know, I feel much better. I'm able to work out on a regular basis, and I'm working out 2 to 3 times a week for about an hour at a time. You know, I'm feeling much better, and things are going great. But you know, really, you know, if any of you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave your comments here. I know I've taken up a lot of your time. It's been about 13 minutes now since I've started talking, but you know, I'll try to give you guys more regular updates. You know, like I said this morning, I was at 217, 216, 217. I still want to get down to between 195 and 200, and maybe stabilize up a little bit higher than that after I get down to that number by building back some muscle and getting, you know, building back weight with adding muscle to my body. But the main thing is that, man, I feel great, my health is good, and things are going well. So anybody out there that's considering this surgery, you know, for me it's been a great thing. I think anybody out there that is considering having a gastric sleeve, you know, I feel very reserved in saying this, but, you know, I don't blame you, and I think it's a great idea if you really need to lose weight and you're having trouble keeping it off, and of course you're controlling your issues. But anyway, that's it for today. This is Brock Bruce, and I'm signing out. Have a great day. We'll talk to you in a few months.
Pregnant from a kid named Tom, said he was in love. Said, don't worry about a thing, baby, doll, on the man you've been dreaming of. But 3 months later, he said he won't date or return her call. for the clinic and she gets some static walk.